Hi, good evening, everyone. It's pleasure to have you all on this webinar. Myself, Kumar Gaurav Singh, I'm the Vice President, Digital Gold for MMTC-PAMP. Um, Coming to the agenda, as we all are aware, given the current geopolitical situation, we have seen a lot of roller coaster ride sort of thing, especially in the gold market. And today I would like to highlight few basic, or I would say some important facts, which are critical for any investor before they decide to invest, especially in gold, right? So gold, as I said, I mean, it's my belief that gold is like a it's like a DNA, or it's in the DNA of every Indian, I would say, and that is the reason that we are in so much love with this particular commodity. Well, it's just not me. I believe the experts around the world also believe the same way, and I would quickly like to take you to a very basic thing, like there is a Trinity College Dublin wherein there was a research done, and they were very easy to find that the best hedge against a potential stock market crash is gold. So any point of time, if you see uncertainty in the market, as we could see in the current situation as well, there is no other option but to hedge yourself by investing in the gold. And if you will look at the many other experts opinion across the world or within India as well, so starting from Warren Buffett to our own Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, I believe they all recommend the minimum investment should be out of your whole portfolio of around 5 to 10% in the gold itself. And again, as I said, I don't have any doubt in that. Well, I'm also sure that people are definitely very curious to know and understand that what exactly pushes the gold prices. So there is a time when the gold prices are going at a very normal levels, or I would say a very stabilized way. And then there are scenarios wherein they go volatile. Uh, the current scenario is the biggest example. So I would just like to take you back, not much, maybe like around, I would say 10 years back, 2008. You must be very well aware about the Lehman crisis. So when the Lehman crisis happened, at that time the gold prices were trading around $850 per troy ounce. And since that crisis, within the span of 2 years, that was by 2010, the prices were touching the level of $1,450. So if you calculate in terms of percentage, any person who would have invested in gold at that time would have made around 63%. Going by all the parameters, I would say I have never seen any other product, any other investment giving that kind of return. So clearly we can say that yes, gold is definitely the product to invest. And if you do not have any kind of investment in the gold, then this is the right time, I would say, that you have to go ahead and you have to make a decision that a part of your portfolio, as suggested by many experts, somewhere roughly around 8 to 10% of your portfolio should be in the gold itself. Now coming back to Indian market, you can see the kind of slowdown which our economy is experiencing. And when you club this together with a geopolitical situation wherein the tension between US and Iran is at its peak, I would say, this definitely altogether is pushing the gold prices at all-time high. So currently we can see the market is trading around $1,590 per troy ounce. If you simply compare it with what was the status around 1 month back, it was trading around $1,557. Sorry, $1,457. And there is a surge of around 8%. So any person who would have invested in gold around a month back also, by this time, he has already made around 8 to 10% on his investment. I think these examples are good enough to show the potential which particularly this product or the commodity, I would say, holds. And given the love affair which we have as an Indian with the gold, I find no other reason. I mean, there are all good reasons for us to invest in the gold. Now, the most important thing is that how to invest in the gold. I believe that as an Indian, the most of the time, what we do is we believe in the physical gold, wherein we want to go in the market and we want to buy the physical gold either through the jeweler or through the bullion dealer, whether it is from the investment perspective or most of the time it is for the jewelry, I would say. Well, in all such cases, we are always running many risks. Risk of purity, risk of assurance, risk of price. We are not aware of like exactly how the prices are being calculated and whether the price at which we are buying is the best one or not. So in an ideal scenario, the recommendation should be that whenever you are buying gold, rather than buying it in one go, best way to accumulate is that you should accumulate it into the bits and pieces, wherein as per your own flexibility, or I would say your own uh, disposable income, you should be able to decide that what is the good ticket size for me, which I will buy and accumulate slowly and gradually. I'll be in a position wherein I'll be sitting on a good amount of investment in terms of gold. So very quickly, if you will look at the long-term investment return, so just few minutes back I was trying to highlight this very much fact that the kind of returns which we have witnessed in the gold, if you'll compare it with the returns on the mutual fund or return on fixed deposit, you will always find that gold is a safe bet because gold lies in between the mutual funds and the fixed deposit. So even if you are an investor with a conservative approach, gold is always going to be uh, uh, assured return investment product for you. So even if you look at the chart, which is currently reflecting on the PPT, so going by the historical chart as well. So for last 5 years, the return on gold was approximately 9.8%, for 10 years, 8.6, for 20 years, 11.9, and 30 years, around 9%. So going by all these factors, we have all the good reasons to understand and believe that yes, we need to have a certain allocation in the kind of investment in the gold, and the return itself proves like the returns are in front of us. And as I suggested in past 1 month itself, if anybody would have invested, he would have easily made around 8 to 10%. Well, coming to the product itself. So the product which we wanted to talk about, the digital gold, which MMTC-PAMP is offering. Well, while talking about the investment in the gold, I also try to highlight the issues which as a consumer we face when we go in the market and when we want to decide as to from where we should buy the gold. So there are certain barriers, I would say, in a consumer's mind, especially in Indian consumer's mind. There are certain barriers. The barrier number one itself is the disposable income. Do I have enough money in my wallet to buy, let's say, a gram or a 5 gram or a 10 gram of gold? That is the problem number one. Problem number two, even if I'll buy, what is the assurance of the purity, right? Problem number three, after buying the gold, let's say you bought it from the physical market also, then again the biggest concern is the security of the gold as to where you're going to keep it, because even if you decide to keep it in a bank locker, ultimately you will end up paying certain charges on that. So although you have made an investment, but at the same time, to keep that secure, you're going to spend a lot more money on that over a period of time. The biggest issue is, even if I have bought the physical gold and let's say I need to convert it into cash, because that is the main purpose, I would say. I mean, gold is always acting as a hedge to the unforeseen scenarios or to some unpleasant circumstances wherein we don't have any other option but we have to liquidate the gold. So what could be the fastest mean? Because for anything you need to first take out your physical gold, you have to go to the market, you have to ascertain by doing a kind of survey with different jewelers or the bullion dealers as to what kind of prices are you getting from them. Is it the best buyback price which you can think about, like after buying gold, after keeping it for 2 3 years, are you still getting a good deal or a raw deal? So coming, if I look at all these issues, we try to create a solution around this, and that is where MMTC-PAMP's digital gold comes into the picture. Because this is the one product which gives you the flexibility to invest anytime, and it doesn't restrict you to a minimum of a gram or so. So with this particular product, you get a flexibility to buy as low as 1,000 rupees. I mean, that is something which you anyways can any point of time. I mean, 1,000 rupees is nothing. It's just like watching a movie. So rather than watching a movie, maybe I can invest 1,000 rupees in gold as well. I mean, I'm not saying you should not watch the movie. It's just an example. So yeah, take it in a light way, please. Other than that, as I said, the flexibility of buying it in fraction, that is 1,000 rupees minimum you can buy. The second biggest benefit is you can sell at any point of time. So this product is available 24 into 7 into 365. You need not to go out into the market trying to hard to find the best possible rate, etc. Everything is available on this platform of HDFC Securities itself, wherein you can go, you can check the rate, and you can place your order. Once you have placed the order, you can expect your money to getting credited within 48 hours into your account. Coming to third, the redemption piece, wherein let's say if you have accumulated enough gold and you would like to keep the physical gold in your own custody, you can always ask for the door delivery and you will get a prompt door delivery. So the moment you place the order, within 48 to 72 hours, depending on the tier 1, tier 2 city, wherever you are residing, you can expect a delivery on the doorstep itself. You need not to go out to anyone, anywhere, asking for a redemption or a delivery sort of thing. The biggest feature, as I was highlighting, the barriers, is the security. So when we buy gold, as I suggested, the bigger issue or the concern is the security of that gold. So in that regard also, our product gives you the facility wherein we are keeping your gold safe into our vaults. Our vaults are 100% insured, and we give this custody to every customer who buy gold from us, and this remains applicable till the point you ask for the redemption. Other than that, it's just not the insurance that we have put on this vault, but just to make it more transparent and to give a certain level of comfort, we have also appointed a third party security. So in this case, we have IDBI trusteeship as a custodian who is acting as a security trustee for this product. So God forbid, but if anything goes wrong with MMTC-PAMP, any kind of eventuality, anything comes up, let's say this company gets liquidated, etc., the complete control of the gold will go to IDBI trusteeship, and they will be responsible to make sure that the gold reaches to their respective beneficiary, either in the form of a physical gold or the equivalent value. So either way, your gold is gonna remain safe. Now, the most important aspect of this product, as I was saying, the pricing of the gold is something which is very critical, because it all depends at what price and what quality of the gold you have bought. First, I would like to address the quality part. So being a LBMA accredited refinery, just to give you a small background about LBMA, LBMA is the London Bullion Market Association. It's the biggest, I would say, the entity which really certifies the refineries, etc., across the world for delivering the good delivery bar. And these good delivery bar are acceptable across all the central banks. So I think this itself proves the standard which we follow, and therefore you can easily rely on the quality of the gold which we are selling to you. The quality, when we talk about the fineness or the purity of the gold is 24 karat, and that also goes up to 49. That is 99.99% pure gold you are getting whenever you are buying gold from MMTC-PAMP digital gold platform. As far as the transparency is concerned, when we say the transparent pricing, what exactly we mean? So at any point of time, if you will visit any jewelry shop or any such store wherein you can avail of physical gold, you will always see that they will have a fixed price, no matter what. From morning to evening, whatever time you will go, you will see the prices are same, and you are at the mercy of the jeweler or that dealer, that whatever price he wants to tell you, he will tell, and you have to buy at that price. Whereas in our case, the prices are linked with the international market, wherein as and when this international market moves, which typically moves every 2-3 seconds, the prices keep on changing, and thereby we try to give you the best possible, or I should say the crisp pricing in the best possible way. Also, when you decide to accumulate gold through this particular product, and when you have put yourself in the investor shoe, okay, I want to invest in a particular way or a systematic way, I would say, you also get the benefit of the average pricing, because as I suggested, our prices are linked in the international market. The gold prices keep on going up and down depending on the market volatility, geopolitical scenarios, etc. Therefore, to get the best out of it is The only way is that if you're investing in small pieces at a regular interval, thereby not only you get the best prices, but also you get the best overall average pricing. So if you'll calculate your average price against if you would have bought the gold at one go, you will always see that you were in a better position, because ultimately the average pricing will be in your favor as against the idea of like buying the gold in one go. So I would say these are the biggest add-ons or the biggest benefits which you can avail through this product. Most important thing is that this product doesn't restrict you. I mean, we haven't put any kind of lock-ins, we haven't put any kind of restrictions as such on the customer for like you can't redeem. I mean, you cannot sell back until unless you have accumulated so and so grams, etc. So for us, customer, this is customer's gold, and customer can do anything as per their wish. We are not putting any restrictions. Also bringing back to you the transparency aspect. So when we say digital gold, I'm sure many of you would be having this question in the mind, that is this gold only getting credited to my account digitally, or is there any physical gold lying as well? So when I said that this gold is we are keeping in our insured vault, we really mean it. I mean, whatever quantity we are selling into the market, equivalent quantity we are keeping into our vaults physically. So that's again an assurance. I would say that you need not to worry on the digital and physical aspect. Whatever we are selling digitally is backed by the physical gold as well. So that's all from my side, and I'll be happy to answer any queries coming from the audience. So I think I have a query from Mr. Vishwanath. Okay, so Mr. Vishwanath, your query is that do we see the gold price will be coming down in the near future? Wow, that's a great question. Honestly, if we would be knowing this answer, our business would have gone to multi-folds. But anyways, so Mr. Vishwanath, on the serious note, I would say that nobody can exactly predict whether the gold prices are going to go up or they will come down. It all depends on the multiple factors. As I was suggesting that in the current geopolitical situation, wherein we can see the tension between America and Iran is at its peak, if it escalates further, chances are high that prices are gonna go up. If it gets stabilized, then you would see a stable gold price. There could be a certain gradual decline in the prices, but not much, I would say. Again, as I said, no one can predict it to the accuracy. But yeah, this is all I can say right now. Okay, so we have the next question coming from Mr. Vipin. Are there any charges on this? Mr. Vipin, if I understood your question correctly, you mean any extra charges other than what you pay for the gold? If that's the question, my answer would be no. We are not charging anything over and above what we are quoting as a gold price. So whatever gold price you would see there, they are inclusive of everything, and you just need to pay the taxes, that is the 3% GST. Yeah, I would like to add one thing. In case you want to redeem it, that is in the form of a physical coin, then yes, there would be a making and delivery charges which you need to pay upfront, and thereafter you will get the delivery. The next question is from Mr. Sampath. Can I see the live price of gold for effecting buy or sell? Yes, sir. The prices are very much available on the HSL platform, wherein you can see the prices and accordingly you can take a call. So you will always be getting a live price, and the price which you see remains over there for like 5 minutes so that you can complete your transaction. Let's say if you're not able to complete your transaction in 5 minutes, you will get a fresh code or a fresh price, and which you can use either for buy or sell. So there will be always two different prices appearing on your screen, one for buy, one for sell. The next question is from Deepali. The question is, how is it compared to ETF and gold Bs and gold bonds? Well, that's a very good question, Deepali, I would say. If you'll compare it to any other gold product which is available in the market, whether in the form of a ETF or a bond or any other stuff. So while I was explaining the feature of this particular product, I was very clear that we have not put any kind of lock-ins or the restrictions on the customer. So that is the biggest USP of this product, and that is the biggest differentiator of this product when you compare it to anything like sovereign gold bonds or ETFs, etc. Because for ETF for a sovereign gold bond, there is a certain minimum limit which you have to buy. I mean, you cannot buy for less than a gram as such. Then once you have bought, let's say, a gram or so, even for a sovereign gold bond, there is a certain lock-in which are applicable. Whereas in this case, in this particular product, we are not putting any kind of such restriction. You can buy for as low as 1,000 rupee. Thereby, you can accumulate, and then you can use it as and when you wish to do that. So we are not putting any kind of restrictions, and that is the biggest differentiator, I would say. Actually, there is one. Okay, so I think the next question is the same from Mr. Sampath. Can I see the live price of gold and how it can be seen? So if I'm getting your question right, and if you're talking about the digital gold product, then yes, you can see the live prices on the platform itself. As I suggested, when you will go on the HDFC Securities platform, you would see the buy and sell prices appearing over there. And just to reiterate again, you always get a window of 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, if you complete your transaction, you get the same price. For any reason, if the transaction doesn't get complete, you will get a fresh quote, and then again you can transact. Okay. Yeah, I think the next query is somewhat related. I mean, this is again coming from Dipali, which was talking about the comparison with the ETF and the gold bonds. Yes, Dipali, I agree. Sovereign gold bonds give you a 2.5% rate of interest, saying that, yeah, it is coming from the government of India. Yeah, they are offering that kind of interest. In our case, we can't offer, or we are, as of now, we are not offering any such returns or the interest on the gold. Okay, next question is from Ali again. Can we pre-book a price like in shares? So Dipali, as I suggested, this product works on the philosophy wherein we are giving continuous 24-hour live pricing, right? So there is no scope of advance booking at all, because had it been a case that we would be saying that, okay, we are not taking the booking beyond a certain point, and then you could have placed an order or something. But since the product is very much available 24/7, so there is no pre-booking options available as of now. The next question is from Mr. Ronak Singh. Okay, what is an ideal amount to invest on a monthly basis to achieve a good average pricing? Okay, that's an interesting question. Well, Ronak, when it comes to getting a good average pricing, there is no fixed amount regarding that. When I talk about the average pricing, I mean to say that it's like, let's say today the gold prices are trading at 41,000 rupees. And if I want to invest today, I have to shell off at least 41,000 rupees in one go, and I will buy the gold. But if I take the second scenario wherein I'm suggesting that you can invest in a planned way, like every month you can invest, let's say 2,000 rupees or a 4,000 rupees. And when you average out your overall accumulation at the end of 12 months or 6 months, the amount of gold you would have bought with the same amount of money and the amount of gold you will get while doing this on a systematic way, there will be a certain difference in that quantity, and that is the advantage you would be getting. But yeah, I cannot suggest an upfront amount through which you will get the best benefit. But yeah, higher the amount, better the benefit, I would say. So maybe 4,000 or 5,000 rupees should look good. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah. I think we have already. Can we book a price like in shares? We have already answered this. Is there anything?
Sudhakar.
Sudhakar. Okay. Okay. So the next question is from Mr. Sudhakar. How do I buy this from HDFC Securities login? Yeah. So Mr. Sudhakar, when you will go on the HDFC uh, landing page itself, the HDFC Securities landing page, you would find an option of digital gold. Once you click on that digital gold, it will redirect you to a specific page which is dedicated only for this product, and thereby you can see the live prices and okay, just to give you more information around that. So once you see the live prices, you also get the flexibility either to buy in terms of rupees or in grams. So whichever way you want to buy, you can buy. You can either enter the quantity in terms of grams or the rupees, and equivalent quantity will be credited into your digital account once the payment is successful.
You can read the question.
Okay. So okay, so I think okay. Thanks a lot everyone for listening to me so patiently and also asking me so many interesting questions. Well, now I would like to just toss two interesting questions and would like to see if whatever information I was trying to convey has been absorbed by you or not, and whosoever is the lucky winner can expect some goodies from our side. So if I open the question, it will reflect over there. Okay. Yeah. So question number one is, what is the recommended percentage of your portfolio that you should invest in gold? Options are A, 5 to 10%, B, 10 to 20, C, 15 to 25, and D, 50%. And the question number two is, who is the custodian for MMTC-PAMP digital gold? Is it HDFC Securities, MMTC-PAMP India Private Limited, IDBI Trusteeship Services Limited, or Government of India? So press the question icon to answer. Who's the winner? Hmm? You're not declaring. Sure. Okay, with this, I would like to close the session. We will be declaring the winners very soon separately. And as I committed, you can expect some goodies from our side. Once again, thanks a lot for your precious time. And I hope this session was useful, and looking forward for some association with you with respect to our product, that is MMTC-PAMP Digital Gold. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.